Tuesday it was completely different.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep you guys on your toes and everything.
So what is the, right now, where
you know, right now we're looking at a couple different things. We might change it again. We had, I'm trying to think, it was Stroman might have went down with a hamstring. So we're just trying to look at some different people. You know, we looked at Chuck Clark. He's played a little safety today, but he's probably a #1 kind of corner guy too. So we're putting him there. We're looking at a couple guys at safety spot, like we're looking at Riley a little bit now at our free, and just we're toying around with some people back there, finding out where they make fit best, for our scheme, and it allows us to get some other guys, some other work too, with maybe at corner, but we may move back depending on what our status is with the injuries and whatnot there. But we're just looking at different people. Torian and I talked about it. My biggest concern is free. Chuck would be a great free. Torian really feels like we need him working at corner right now. We were looking at Rivas and Desmond Fry, but our free needs to be a guy that can run vertical a little bit, so that needs to be more of a corner type guy. So we're looking at Riley a little bit, at that spot, and so we'll see. He's done a pretty good job the first couple of days.
You said you wanted somebody more experienced in that safety spot. How do you decide
it's
what's most
it's not
important?
as much experience as it is. That guy needs to be able to, because our safety's involved in coverage a lot more than like our rover is. And that's a guy that we match on #2 a lot, and that's a slot receiver that has some speed. And that guy needs to be, have some corner or speed type, abilities. And I was concerned about Rivas's and Desmond's, long speed, and just stretching us a little bit with that. And those guys have been good rovers for us in the past. We ask those guys to be run-fit guys more so than our safety in most instances. And so we're just trying to get our best pieces to the puzzle and what fits the positions.
With Kendall and Brandon out, is that just going to be kind of a rotating thing back there?
Yeah, probably a little bit. Chuck's playing corner, he's playing safety, and eventually he might be our starting nickel. I don't know. We're going to look at Mook Reynolds, a little bit. He's working at corner right now. We haven't started with our nickel package yet, but we're going to look at him, as our nickel package. So then you want a first corner, and that's probably where Chuck's going to be. So we're just kind of trying to fit what's going to be best for us to compete this spring, and then also get guys in a position that we think will play, and get them reps at that spot as much as possible.
Looked like Nijman was, I think he weighed in 265 coming in the spring. What have you seen out of him so far? It sounds like
very raw. He's a very raw guy. A lot of abilities. He's been in day 1, or this is day 2, and you see some things, but he's a long way away. You expect him to be day 2. New terminology, new scheme, and just he's where we think he is probably. I'm going to evaluate him. Obviously, I think his mind's tying up his feet a little bit right now, I would say. We're only in day 2, and we're not going to slow down with our installation or anything, but at the same time, we're just, we run a defense to run a defense. We're not trying to scheme our offense, but we just want to see the guys and their footwork and all those kind of things as we go along through the spring, and just trying to see if we can get him exposed and get to evaluating, but exposed to our defense, but being able to evaluate him too. Like when we're playing base technique or when we're doing some kind of line movements and those type of things, so we can evaluate, so he can see himself. He can evaluate himself, and then we can improve from it. And then we can see if he can, how he takes coaching and all those things. There's a process to it. So.
I know it's not the deepest group at end, but do you like the variety there? It seems like Nijman's a big guy, Kine's kind of a speed guy.
Yeah, you like it when they're playing well. That's when you like the variety, But right now, Daddy's playing really well. The guy that's so far the first couple days is playing much faster and with a lot more confidence, and is Seth Dooley. Melvin gives us something with some speed, and he's done some nice things. Obviously we're working Yash in there, and and we're just going to make progress day to day with him and give him a good evaluation. And then Jeremy Haynes is a guy that's a solid guy that I trust. He played on teams last year, and he's kind of that 4th or 5th guy depending on where we fall right there. So